Yeah, I think we'll start with Michelle Keane if you're ready to go. With
Yeah.
Michelle, I'm not sure what the fuck's happening
With
with poor
what?
Michelle. But
Oh, with her.
yeah,
Fuck me, man. That's
yeah, I know.
whew.
So one of the auditing guys showed me a video of Michelle at her home address recently. So I had a look at that, and then I think it was either today or yesterday she posted a video where she's up in Northern Ireland, kind of building bridges between the communities, between the nationalist and loyalist communities. We all know the 12th bonfires are coming up, and I think whatever the largest bonfire. I think that guy Freedom Dad is from Derry. I'm not entirely sure though. My knowledge of Northern Ireland, Northern Irish geography is terrible. But apparently they don't burn the tricolour up there. They've stopped doing it. And I know, um, but it's a kind of both communities now celebrate the 12th of July. I don't know how true that is. It sounds kind of
Mm,
hard to swallow, you know. And she's kind of being
yeah.
isolated. Maliki Steenson has come out and said he can't have anything to do with anybody who
Good.
engages with loyalists up north. Gavin Pepper, same thing. So I think her days are numbered. And then maybe 2 weeks ago, we kind of got an inkling that something was maybe a little bit off because she posted a video of some poor man who was having difficulties with his mother, who was in a nursing home, and due to the fair deal scheme, she had to then sell her house when she passed away. And I think
Right.
after the sale of the house, that her son was getting something like 10 or 20 grand, but it seemed he wasn't getting anything. And then he started talking about satellites were following him and tracking him, and and stress and pressure can do a lot of fucking things to a man.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and Michelle, you could see she was trying to power through it and kind of ignore it, and she was taking it very seriously when the guy was saying his phone was bugged. But you could kind of tell by the body language that she was kind of a little bit uncomfortable. But I think she's put it out
Okay.
there as a representative for the community and people who are struggling, and also she put it out there that if anybody has information on the government or is a whistleblower to come forward and contact her, and
All
that's
right.
great. But it also poses a problem if you open yourself up to the world. Well, then
People will actually come to you with
oh yes,
information, right?
oh yes, from fucking everywhere,
Yeah.
like yeah, and especially the people who no one else will entertain. And that's not to say that they shouldn't be, but yeah, you just open yourself up to all sorts of fucking people and crazy people. And
Yeah.
the thing with crazy is a lot of people don't realize that it's contagious. If you stay around it for long enough,
Hmm.
it rubs off on you, and you tend to also become a little bit crazy.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, she needs to take a breather, just step back
Yeah,
from everything. The
yeah,
internet, it's not fucking helping. Okay.
yeah. And she's taken on a lot between the like speaking at the protests,
Uh huh.
then trying to be this person to build a bridge between the loyalists and
And then
the
fighting
national.
the, legal battles that she's in. Yeah. There's a
Yeah,
lot going on in this woman's life. Like,
yeah. And now I think there's a bit of a pylon on top of Michelle. I know you'd be happy with that because you kind of find it quite attractive. I don't know. A couple of people do. Like she has that kind of country mammy vibe
Jesus.
going on. Where she could look after you. They give you a nice feed in the morning. I know 420 is very fond of her. Like I've had a few wicked thoughts myself, to be
Oh,
honest.
Jesus.
Like as those got very large breasts that you could just if you're ever having a bad day, you're just feeling down, you could just come home and snuggle your head in those gigantic ditties. And it's just
You're nasty, man.
it's the fucking age we live in, isn't it? Because everything we do, say and see.
Saoirse, we're taking the piss. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Um, yeah, you close your eyes, everybody's attractive eventually. Right, so let's have a look. So this car arrives, this Volkswagen Dublin reg. So initially, people were saying like you have the reg, you can find out who it is.
no.
Unfortunately, you can't really. You can just find out what kind of car it is by the reg and how many owners it's had and if it's been involved in accidents. But it doesn't give you details, so if
Uh-huh.
everybody can relax. If you see somebody looking at your reg, there's not a lot
Yeah.
they can do.
Can you both get out of the car, please? Right. What's your name? No, what's your name?
Sorry, is this a video?
Yeah, what's your name?
Is it okay if
No, what's your name? Answer the question now. What's your name?
we don't have to go along with this?
Right, no, you're in private property now. What, you've come to my place. What's your name?
Okay, I understand.
Right, no, what's your name? What's your name?
Is this going on?
No. Oh, yeah, people are saying these are guards. Yeah.
How do you fucking know anything about them?
I don't know. You see, it's kind of stripped of context. So, and you'll have to kind of fill in the gaps, you know. So I can imagine, like, you know,
Right.
two random people show up at your house, unmarked car. I never heard of them before. They get out of the car, and then they present themselves like this, and it's like
Right.
the impression I get is they've come into her driveway unannounced,
Okay.
and she's panicked. But it's very fucking strange, like.
Well,
Then
what struck me is the closed gate, because you know it's no longer a case that they're in your private property. You just took them into your private property. If someone walks into your door that's open, and then you close it behind them,
yeah,
they're a guest now.
yeah, and if you don't let them go, then you know you're falsely
Kidnapping.
imprisoning them.
Yeah.
So you're in fucking trouble. Yeah, even the way the guy looked at this woman, it didn't have the look of a a guard who's been busted or anything like that. It was kind of looked panic, as if like, oh fuck, what's going on? Like, we weren't expecting this. This is weird. But I think that the clothes again, like she does have the kind of the vibe of a detective, but there's no way of knowing. You see people saying looks like a guard, but everybody looks like a guard because they're just normal fucking people, you know. So you can't really say like, oh, looks like a guard, looks like a guard. If that was the case, like, no undercover guard would ever get any work done at all, because they stand out like a sore fucking thumb, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, with just the trained eye, you can tell when when you see a guard in plain clothes, you can kind of tell. And I'd want to get a closer look at her face, because a lot of it is said in the face. And I'm sorry, she's just not holding herself like I would expect a detective to do.
Yeah, and the other guy, again, we will see a lot more of him. But then people were also referencing this here. If you can see, there's like kind of lights. Now I don't know if they are lights or not. People were
Okay.
saying that there's like flasher lights there, and on the other side of the car as well.
What's your name?
Okay.
We will never bother you again. If
No,
that's wrong.
no.
Just want
You
to
have
help.
landed to my gate this evening at approximately 4 o'clock.
There was no obligation. on
No. You have landed with what I believe is a setup.
the setup.
Okay?
We can.
Right?
I'm
No.
fully transparent about
No.
this.
I asked you to make a video if you're that concerned about what's in this. You requested you wanted to give me a USB drive. I wouldn't accept it. Okay?
You don't have to accept.
No,
I give
then
the
you
option.
then you targeted my WhatsApp account to make sure that I would return a message and everything, and then you said that you would. I have it all on thing.
fully transparent.
Right?
About this, Michelle.
No.
I'm not.
I'm after looking through
you
your
identify
stuff.
me as perhaps
You're,
a threat to you.
I am now, right? No. Yes,
identify
yes,
me
I
as a
am.
threat.
I'm actually
In
going
what
to.
sense,
I'm
please?
going reporting this to the Gardaí. What's your name? What's your name?
I don't mind.
What's your name?
I don't mind telling you my name.
No,
I just don't
I'm
want it
asking
on
your name.
TikTok
You're on
because-
private. You're on private property, right?
I wouldn't say my name, because I know, yeah, that crazy bitch is going to put this online,
Yeah.
and then my name is out there.
Yeah.
Like-
And it's a different, it's a different kettle of fish when someone's
Yeah.
pointing the camera at you. It's like having a gun pointed at you, you know.
And then it's just feeding into Michelle's paranoia, because she can't actually, it's like, she has zero empathy in this situation. Like, she can't put herself in the position of the other person and say, wait, why would she tell me her name?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think that the pressure it's well and truly getting to her, because she does have the local press on her case. She's been in, Irish newspapers. Healy Rays are chasing her down, so it would be a very fucking strong person who wouldn't have thoughts of, okay, who's this now? What
Yeah.
do they want? Are they trying to set me up? They're trying to shut me up. You remember her speech there? If people tried to shut her up, she's asking the crowd, will they shut you up? No, no, no. And they have these guys presenting themselves. But it does kind of sound that she's been in contact with him. The guy saying, like, you know, you have no obligation. What's she saying? She was attacked on, or he attacked her WhatsApp.
He targeted her WhatsApp.
Okay, is that
number.
sending a message or something? Or
Yeah.
I don't know.
You've rang me. You've rang me. You're in my property now.
Michelle, I will never contact you ever again if that makes you happy.
No. You have asked
everything.
me. You've given me 4 pages of stuff here. Okay, right?
Yeah, so I had a look at those pages, what you could see anyway,
Yeah.
and it kind of, excuse me, my sinuses are fucked. It relates to something about him and his employer, that his employer let him go. I'm getting the impression that he was he's some sort of whistleblower. But again, we don't know if he was an undercover guard, somebody who's, you know, trying to plant information on her. He's not going to arrive. He's going to have some sort of cover story.
Yeah.
But then, you know, the intelligence services, or even in Ireland, they've moved on a little bit beyond that now. Like, so you don't have to send 2 agents with this elaborate ruse to hand over a USB key and then get the mark to put it on the PC, and then, you know, it automatically downloads onto the PC. If they want to put stuff, but they'll either, one, they'll just do it remotely.
Yeah.
Or 2, you know, they'll arrest you, take your electronic equipment, and then plant something in the safety of the station, you know.
Yeah.
They're not going to go to these elaborate lengths to send people down, hand you a fucking USB stick. Now, it could be journalists. Maybe we did have that guy, what was his name from fucking News Talk? Is it Paul Murphy, is it? That guy who presented himself as a protester in Coolock, where he was trying to get an undercover scoop. And he got found out rapidly, and then hasn't been seen since. He's miraculously vanished off the face of the fucking planet. So it could be a journalist, but again, I you know, again, a little far fetched. I don't think this guy's been identified yet. So she's put a call out for.
She
anybody.
said his name though. Later
Yeah,
in
she
this
said his
video.
name, but there's very little information. Like, I had a quick look online to see if I could find anything around the guy, his name, a couple of reverse image lookups, stuff like that, and nothing, nothing at all. She gave his address out, searched his address on Google Maps. It comes up with the house that she mentioned is blurred out on Google. So that's kind of weird, you know. Most people who blur their house out on Google, it's normally a celebrity or a cult or some sort of agency that wants to remain secret, or again, somebody who is just kind of paranoid themselves. And again, if you're some sort of whistleblower and you think there's people out to get you, well, then you're going to, you know, blur your house out on Google Maps. What good that does, I don't fucking know, because what further information you can get from the front of somebody's house, is a mystery to me. Like, you know, it's like, well, you can't see that there's a picture of him doing what. Like, is he doing something he shouldn't be doing in the front window and the Google car drove by? I don't think so. And again, if your address is out there, that's more worrying than somebody accidentally coming across the front of your house. But it would suggest that if that's your mind frame, it's like, okay, well, I don't want this. I don't want anything available about me online, which is probably the wisest thing to do in any event. Like, keep information to a minimum. But again, because of the age we live in, where, you know, information is so freely available on most people, when it's not, well, then it starts raising questions, and people kind of jump to a conclusion before they have all the facts.
With evidence on a USB stick, okay? Right? Why are you insisting that I take this USB drive this evening, and why are you insisting that you give me a cloud link for this? Who are you working for? Who sent you here?
Oh, is that what you think I'm working for?
Right, who sent
it's a kind of, it's still a thing, isn't it? People give you information on a USB stick or a link to documents. I don't know, maybe she was expecting hard copies.
Well, I mean, it seems that they're giving her information in all 3 forms: a cloud link, a USB stick, and printed out. Yeah,
so
it is a bit weird, you know, but maybe, you know, they're all fucking nuts, and this is how lunatics, respond to each other. Because look, if I was in that situation, I like 1 minute in, I'd be like, okay, this bitch is crazy. Can you open your gate, please, so that we can leave and never have to fucking deal with you ever again?
Again, I think under normal circumstances, that's what most people would do. But again, when you introduce the fourth party, which is the camera, and again, not knowing if it's a live feed or not, it's just weird. Like you're automatically, you're now in some sort of fucking television production, or the whole world is watching you.
Yeah.
So you can't just normally be yourself. You feel like, oh crap, it's a live trial here. So he has to defend himself, you know. And you can tell by his body language, he's obviously the defensive. You know, he's got his hands behind his back. You got to say, he looks fucking crazy. Like he's that kind of wide-eyed look of, and his shirt hasn't been ironed in a long time. We play on anyway.
Right.
Listen, look, Michelle.
Right. What's your name? I'm asking your name.
Michelle,
I'll give you my name.
Michelle,
I'll give you my name off the camera. But
No. I'm asking your name now.
Can I just look?
No, I'm
we're
asking
religious
you.
people. We're actually we're religious.
I'm.
She even has a
Right.
necklace medal around her
Okay.
neck. We're
I'm-
actually
All right, that's not good enough.
As if that like you can fucking I can dress in a fucking burqa tomorrow if I wanted to. Doesn't make me Muslim.
Yeah, it's not like I'm identifying as a religious person, and that's no guarantee. Just because you're religious, what that means you can't engage in evil. You know.
I suppose. I mean, on one level, I mean, you know, but if he took off his shirt, right, and it was just scars all the way back because you know he was part of one of those processions where they whip themselves in the back, then I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I think I could, you know, I can afford you some trust, you know.
Yeah. So there's those lights there now. They're visible there now. So we've got these. I don't know if they are lights.
Are they lights? Is
I
that
don't-
where the lights are? Because I think they're on the windscreen.
I don't know. There's normally some in the grill,
Okay.
and the windscreen as well. I don't know. It's been a long
But it's
time.
not really an undercover car. Like they
They
like,
normally have aerials.
there's but like there's certain makes and models that have that the undercovers drive, you know. It's stupid, really. They really should just get any old random car because that's how you catch criminals, you know.
Again, I don't know. I don't know if they are lights or fucking not.
Hmm.
Yeah, these guys, I would just leave at this stage, camera or not. I'd be like, all right, fair enough, we'll go. Good luck, all the fucking best.
Yeah.
But he's trying to justify it again. When you're being accused of something like, say, you're essentially being accused of espionage here. And again, if they do have something of worth to tell her, but then she's done now, like, you know, especially if it turns out these people are who they say they are. Well, then nobody's going to bother ever again. Like, no whistleblower's going to come within a country mile of the woman.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter who they are. She's burned. Yeah.
religious people.
Right.
I understand your feeling.
No. Nobody
I can
goes to
prove
that
everything to
length.
you. I can actually prove everything to you.
Nobody goes to that length. Okay. So are you willing to give me your name?
I actually approached it. The only reason I approached it, Michelle.
Something like that.
Right. Okay.
We're religious people. I can actually prove it to you. I can prove everything. to you,
That's
Michelle.
just rude.
Everything you
I mean,
want.
what are
I
you
get
doing
it
that
to you.
for?
Yeah. Who brings
promise.
stuff on a 4 pages on a thing here with no evidence on it and tells me then they
With
want
no
to get into
evidence
my USB? Then tells me 4 times.
Well, again, I don't know, unless she's looked at the USB stick. But it does that's not suggested here at all, is it? It looks like, okay, they've come in, she's come out to them, closed the gate either herself or it's an automatic gate that closes behind her, but she's, you know, something's happened. Then he's come out, handed her the documentation, handed her the USB stick, and then, but if she's saying there's no evidence on it, she would have to have at least put it into some sort of laptop to check what's on it. But again, it's very fucking bizarre, and this guy hasn't been found. So maybe we need to talk to this lad here and his woman. But again, I think if they're anyway paranoid to begin with, in the good sense of the word, they're not going to talk to fucking anybody at all. Like, it's just going to
Not
drive
after
them
this,
further
no.
into the bushes, so to speak.
times and
I wanted
WhatsApp.
to give you information on the
About what?
I thought
About
I-
this.
About what?
More information on.
Yeah. What information? Tell me now what you want to give.
Well,
If you've nothing to hide, what's your name?
Sorry, I understand
Michelle,
you
can I
want
actually-
your privacy,
can I
but
actually-
we also have to respect theirs. as
No,
well.
you've come to
What's
me
the way?
from Dublin.
Sorry,
You've said
I've driven into your driveway.
Yeah, you've said you've driven down here.
We
You're
told
saying
you
your
to
name.
drive
You're
in.
saying your name is
you have to let them speak, woman, for Christ's sake. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta let them speak. Like, she's asking her what evidence, then she won't let her fucking say what evidence is on it.
Gary Kernan, and you're saying your address is 36 Old County Road, Crumlin, Dublin 12. Is that correct?
But you know what, Michelle,
Is that correct?
Okay.
What's your name?
Sorry, I don't feel comfortable saying.
Michelle.
No, when
You don't feel comfortable. You've come down to my property with this
helping
financial fraud,
This is nothing to do with
defamation of character about an ex-employee. Don't mention the name of the employee here, and saying that all this evidence is on a USB drive. I asked you to do a video. If you had nothing to hide, you do a video.
Offer you
You do a video.
Can I ask you?
Does she not understand the nature of somebody who's trying to whistleblow, that you don't do a video? Like, the reason, if he's genuine, now I don't know, I'm just assuming he is, because it doesn't strike me as anything nefarious without any supporting evidence, you know. So if you're coming to someone like her, it's because, you know, oh, here's somebody who'll fucking listen to me. Now maybe she shouldn't, maybe it's one of those guys who he got fired for whatever reason, he just won't or can't let it go. And want somebody to take up the case for him because he's been to solicitors. They've said, you know, there's nothing we can do, or they've taken this money. This is his last port of call. The woman beside him she's saying that she's nothing to do with it really at all. She's just come down on the trip with him. But I don't know.
One question: did I offer you my own personal?
You. What would I want your personal computer for?
No, I said.
Why would I want? I wouldn't even. Why would I want your personal
perceive me as
computer?
a threat, don't you?
To plug in the USB stick to give to her so that she can view it, so that she doesn't feel like she's being set up with, I don't know, child abuse material or something.
Yeah. But it's been framed as like, what do you want your computer for? Why would that
I
make any
don't
sense?
like this person at all. Paul O'Neill says main character syndrome. Yeah.
We did say we were talking about women tonight, so, you know, throw it out there. You know, directing and starring in their own movie. From
man, come on. Half of our viewers are women. Would you cool it tonight, please?
Well, no, we do with men as well. There's always exceptions to the rule. And I will say, if you are, you know, viewing us and listening, well, then you're obviously that exception. But it's a test of, like I said, it's going to be a fucking test. And for women especially, you know, and men, very easy to come to anger. But I'm not going to. I can't censor myself, like, so you'll just have to, you know, bite your lip and take it like a man, essentially. You know, I won't isolate you, but, you know, we can't be censoring. Like, it's fun and games, you know, like, with a little bit of truth there. Is that okay for you now? Jesus Christ, like, it's not like I'm punching Natasha in the mouth, like.
You
may carry on.
Thank you.
I don't trust you as far as I throw you. Are you coming down to my property twice and told me a fib that you were going on to Cork and that you were in a hurry and you were going on to Cork, and then 2 hours later you come back again with a bullshit story. So no,
maybe they were to Cork and they came back.
Yeah.
She's not thinking straight, you know. She's too caught up in whatever her idea of what's going on is. Like I said, she just needs to take a step back. Go on a retreat for like a few weeks, you know, just reassess, you know, and just got to calm down the nervous system.
Yeah, without a fucking doubt. And then the church bells in the background, people online were saying that's a sign from God that she's onto something.
For fuck's sake.
It's more like
it's a sign she lives next to a fucking church.
I know.
Rural Ireland. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's like it's something o'clock.
What if what if it was the Muslim call to prayer then? What would that be a sign of?
Yeah.
This now to Angarda Shikana. Right?
Whatever.
Seriously,
that's okay with me.
Whatever you're hiding.
I'm actually happy with
or what you're not hiding, I don't know.
he's not revealing everything because he doesn't know if he can trust you the same way you
Well,
feel you
I
can trust him.
don't trust him,
If you
and I don't
believe it,
trust
that's
you.
fine. You don't
If
trust
you,
either of us,
yes,
that's
but if you had,
fine.
if you had no issues, you'd give your name.
I chose you over
You're-
other people
you're- you-
because you're very outspoken.
What sort of thing? Where people randomly come to my yard? No, they don't. They don't. Normal people ring and make an appointment with someone.
No, they
Right.
don't.
Normal
You
people.
crazy
No.
bitch. She's so self-important. She thinks she actually was elected in that election that she ran in.
Fair, she's coming off as cop like as well. Like, you know, what's your name? If you've nothing to hide, or if you've nothing to fear, you've nothing to hide. So just give me your details anyway. Generally, people don't want to give their fucking
Yeah,
details.
on or off camera, yeah.
Yeah, obviously it's not a problem for her because she's in the public eye anyway. To, you know, partly benefit herself. That's a common tactic used by people, especially online. It's like, okay, oh, you anonymous coward, why won't you give me your name and address if you've nothing to
Oh my
fear? Well, you have got something to fear. Like, I don't know, maybe like 600,000-700,000 people being made aware of your name and address and embarrassed online, and then it's suggested that you're some sort of fucking agent. And again, if you're kind of paranoid to begin with, this is not the way to fucking do it, you know. Especially if you said you're going to contact the guards. But if that's the case, just contact the guards, you know, and say, okay, this guy came to your address. He tried to give you some documentation and a USB stick. Then they can have a look at it, see what's on it. Or they won't even do that. What will happen is they just come and say, okay, well then, you know, did you ask him to leave? No. What's the fucking problem then? You know, just ask him to fucking leave. Like, instead of from her point of view, I suppose she wants to record it as evidence in case this guy goes away. But
Right.
I don't know, because it's strange, because when you're in the public eye like that, especially if you're, you know, operating social media accounts, there is that tendency to, you know, document every fucking thing and then have something ready to go the next day, and 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 she's just going to corner herself out, man.
Yeah. KO has a good one. Her milkshakes bring all the odds to the yard.
Yeah, pretty good big milkshakes.
Normal people. You didn't ring my phone to make appointment. You didn't try. I have my phone on me the whole time. You didn't try. Right? You landed down
Did
here.
you
landed. No, listen. You landed down here now. Right?
Did you get my email?
I'm now contacting An Garda Síochána, and I'm going to let them deal with that. Okay?
Okay. And he did say, did she get his email? But again, maybe if he's just arrived out of the fucking blue, unannounced, that would kind of spook you, because maybe she's getting vibes off him to begin with. Like, he's contacted her via WhatsApp to give her this information, and maybe he's being coy about it. Oh, well, I don't want to give it to you over WhatsApp. I want to give it to you in person, because he wants to actually see her, and then, you know, see her in person, so he's taken seriously. She's kind of fobbed them off, saying, okay, well, you know, I want you to make a video about it, and then she can highlight his issue. But he hasn't expressly stated, okay, well, no, I don't want to go public with it. And then he's going, okay, do you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go down and talk to the woman directly. I'm on my way to Cork. But she is right. To my mind, she is right in that case. You don't just randomly show up out of the fucking blue at people's houses. But she's not. I wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't. You know, randomly show up at somebody's fucking house with documentation. But it's not a normal case, because she is putting herself forward as, you know, if you as a TD. You're right. She's putting herself essentially across as an elected TD. And in that event, well, then you're pretty much opening yourself up for people to come and contact you. I'm taking her as a kind of as a private citizen. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, I did get an email address for this guy, and I emailed him. And, he did get back to me. He didn't want to go into much detail, but he sent me some of the material that was on the USB drive. So fair play to him. He did want to share something. He won't share it all with me, but so he gave me a fucking a little bit of a sample. So I'll just see if I can share it now. I don't know if I can share it directly into this window. Will that work or not? You let me know if that works. If I just change that.
Yeah, there you go. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. So there's something like so.
What the fuck?
I don't know. So I know she had issues with the Healy Ray fella. I don't know how old this picture is. Like she's lost a lot of fucking, or she's put on a lot of weight in the meantime. So I think there's more to the story with the Healy Ray fella, and she's letting on. Like, but yeah, she is an attractive woman. Like we can understand the attraction to her. Like her neck's a little bit large. So he sent. Maybe that's what spooked her. Like she looked at the fucking USB drive, or she knew what was on it. Because there's more to that Healy Ray story than meets the eye. Because what did she say about him to begin with? It wasn't much, was it? Really, she just said he was a little bit corrupt, and Healy Ray knew that she has the goods on him. That horse tail there is beautiful, isn't it? How she managed to get it through his trousers? He must have a little hole cut in the back of his trousers to keep it in place. Yeah, so she sent a couple of files, and it's not just Healy fucking Ray. There's rumors going around that anybody involved in any sort of movement, that they're all kind of interconnected. So there's another one there. There's some dungeon play. But there's been rumors about Maliki that he's not all he seems to be, and our friend Gavin. Some rumors around him. But obviously has been working out. Yeah. Or this is pre. This is pre-trip to Turkey, like so. Yeah. I'm not sure Maliki doesn't look very scary, does he? It's kind of a scary pose, but it doesn't. It doesn't. It's kind of a friendly gimp. The terrifying ones. It's only a couple more now, and then we'll be done with it. They're quite tame, really. When he sent me the email, I thought, okay, geez, this is going to be some fucking terrible things here. What's going to happen? Like, how the fuck am I going to show these on YouTube? But I think he's held off on the more graphic. They're all involved. Every last fucking one of them. I got Simon. He's not looking bad, I have to say. Like, I thought he's a little bit of muscle, a little bit of definition, obviously a couple of ribs shown. But yeah, she must wear a lot of clothes, like, because you look at her and you think she's fucking huge. But obviously, like, she's got some sort of decent figure. X, I don't know what the X is. If that's something got to do with X itself, or if that's a symbol within that community. I'm not quite sure. I've got one more. I sent me. I didn't get a look at this one. Who's on this one? Oh, there we go. Look at them. Don't you bit of spanking going on. Norma there, or Norman. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to get these checked. I'll have to run these through a filter. Like, I just want to make sure there's no kind of image manipulation.
Photoshopping,
Drew, we always knew. Look at him in private, happy to fucking say that he is indeed an agent of the British state.
Butcher's apron.
Yeah, the butcher's, what are they called? Paddle, isn't it? Yeah, paddle. Butcher's paddle. Kind of transfixed by Norma. In the right light, she's not bad looking, Or it could be the leather, and the thoughts of bending her over something and spanking her until tears run down her face. And then, of course, you got Dorothy Pascal. Look at him. Dirty little
I didn't spot him there.
I know, always hiding in the corner. The man behind the scenes with his dirty lisp.
It's a great photograph. I love the fisheye lens effect.
Yeah, well, I think it was a hidden camera, even though they're all posing miraculously for the photo. So shenanigans at work. So I would be hesitant as well if somebody had those photographs. Now I'm worried now that Michelle is actively suing people, or threatening to sue people for defaming her. So I might post them on her Twitter page just to let her know that these photos are flying around. But I won't give the source away, just in case she causes trouble.